Hi guys, welcome back to another valuable video, and today in this video I'm going to show you just how simple it can be trading with the POW Banker EA and the approach that I've been running since the 21st of January up until today's date, which is the 27th of Feb, and I've banked 10k in that time. It actually should be 11k, but I forgot to switch my account on 1 week until I realised, and I actually missed out on banking 1k, but it is what it is. These things happen, but I just want to show you the simplicity of running this approach, and you know how simple it can potentially be to bank 1 to 2k per week using the POW Banker EA and using our tools and following our process. Because what I've been doing with this account is I've been setting a 2k profit target every single week. So once that account reaches 2k, it means it will go flat until the following Monday, and then I rinse and repeat the process. Now, I'm not saying it's been easy, because I had to go through, an initial period where I was backtesting, I was running things on a live account, I was seeing what works and what doesn't, and that took me a fair bit of time. It took me a few months to figure out exactly what's working and what's not working. But one of the things that I realized was every time I was setting up these accounts, it was banking 2k early in the week, and then it was giving a lot of the profit back. And I was running way too many set files. So by doing that, I managed to filter down to what works for me and what's been working up until today's day. And that is just running 2 set files. Okay, 2 set files, setting a weekly profit target of 2k, because the approach that I'm using, just taking 1 trade at a time. So normal Banker EA approaches will run, sometimes sequences. So they'll open 5, 10, 15, 20 trades in a sequence, depending on what time frames you're trading and what strategies you're actually trading as well. But this takes just 1 trade at a time. I've got a max running loss set to 1k, and I've got a daily profit target per set file set to 1k. So all I need is for those 2 set files to hit take profit, 2 trades to bank my 2k, and then I'm done for the whole week. In an ideal scenario, this will be done on, a Monday or a Tuesday, and then you're flat for the entire week. You don't have to trade, you don't have to be in the markets, don't have to stress yourself out. You literally just come back to it the following Monday. And the hardest thing actually about running this approach is your mindset and your psychology, because your mind will play tricks on you. You might bank 2k on a Monday, and then you're thinking to yourself, well, what if I continue running it? What if I bank 2k tomorrow and then 2k the next day, and so on and so on? But that's not always going to be the case, and you need to take into consideration, what if it doesn't bank 2k on the other days? What if it loses 2k? What if I end the week at a loss? How is that going to make me feel then? And that can often sway your decision making and lead you down a path that you don't want to go down. So you need to always weigh up the pros and cons of running your approaches and your strategies, and find out what works best for you. For me, sometimes I just don't want to be in the market. I just want to be off for the whole week, and this approach is absolutely perfect for that. Now, these trades have been opening and closing within a matter of minutes. Sometimes they're done within 60 seconds. Some are 1 to 5 minutes. Some are open for half hour. Now, when you weigh that up, I could bank 1 to 2k in 1 to 5 minutes and be done for the whole week. If you think about how crazy that is, it's a crazy opportunity. And that's actually what's happening. Like, this isn't, I'm not making this up. This is actually what's happening on this account. And this is what is happening inside the POW community as well. There's a lot of members that are also succeeding with this approach. Maybe not setting that profit target, but they're succeeding running this single trade strategy. And it's something we've really been diving into over the past, 3 to 6 months especially. And this, one of the things that I love about POW so much is it's such a progressive community. Like, we're always looking at ways to improve and ways to progress. There's not just one way to trade and one way only. Like, there's so many different ways to trade, so many different strategies. But it's about exploring them and being patient and finding what works for you. And that's what I love the most. Now, the reason why I think this strategy is working so well is not so much the actual strategy itself, but it's the process that I'm going through every week to identify the set files that I need to run on the account. And what I'm doing is I'm using Portfolio Builder, which is our software that makes our lives a whole lot easier. I'm using Portfolio Builder to do the whole process basically. If I had to do it manually, it would take me a very, very long time. It would be near enough impossible. But using our software, it makes it fully automated. I can set up my backtest on a Friday night. I wake up in the morning. It's all done for me. I use Portfolio Builder to filter through all the results, and then it identifies the best and most robust and profitable set files that I can use on the account. Then I filter that right down till I'm left with just 2 set files. And that's what I do every single week without fail. And by doing that, it means I have predictability in my trading. Okay, it means I have predictability in my process, because it's just about sticking to the process. If you don't stick to that process, then you can't expect to see the results that you're expecting to see. Okay, so I put it all down to the process that I'm following. It's really, really simple. It really is. It's so simple. It's so streamlined. But let me just talk you through the account. 23 trades since the 21st of Jan. Now, at the beginning of running this account, I was running way too many set files. And I realized I didn't really need to do that because I was over risking the account. Also, if you're fitting in with prop firm rules and running this on funded challenges, then you don't want to be going over your max daily loss. So if I was setting just 2 set files, the max I could lose is 2k for the day, and that's perfect, right? So I decided to switch, and you can see the results since. Now, nearly an 80% win rate in that time, 20% loss. I don't really look at that, to be honest. I'm just bothered about banking that weekly equity target. A variety of different pairs. I was mainly focusing on gold. However, I decided to start testing indices as well, and that's worked really, really well for me so far. So no open trades at the moment. You can see the trades here, right? If I scroll down, you can see the trades at the bottom here. 2k done for the week. Started the next week with a loss, made it back, took another loss, then made it back, and the account switched off. Okay? And this is happening every single week without fail. Now, don't get me wrong, not all weeks are going to play out this way. You know, some weeks I might end up with a loss, and that's completely okay. This is about playing the long game. And once again, as long as you stick to the process and let the data play out, then, you know, that's all you really can do. You know, you can't, there's no certainty in trading. You know, if you're looking for certainty, then you're not going to get it when it comes to trading. All you can do is make sure you stick to a process. And as long as that process is proven and you have confidence in what you're doing and what you're running, then that's great. That's all you really can do. Now, the power of this strategy is the fact that when you take into consideration the risk-adjusted return, I could scale this down and trade smaller amounts of capital with this same approach. I could even run it on the risk that I'm using, and I could scale, you know, 10k accounts quite quickly. You know, I've banked 10k in a month. If I started with 10k, I still would have achieved that 10k. I would have doubled the account. Or I can lower that risk right down and, you know, divide it by 10 or divide it by 5, and I could bank a little bit less, but still trade it on small amounts of capital. And this is the best thing about, you know, building diversified trading portfolios, letting them run in the live market, building your data, building your confidence. Because once you have that data and confidence, then you can make these decisions. You can decide what you need to copy over at. You can decide your risk management. You can decide whether you want to trade it on a smaller account or not. And that all comes by letting these things play out and building your data and confidence. So hopefully that all makes sense. I just wanted to show you just how simple it can potentially be when you're trading with the POW Banker EA, when you're using our tools, when you're part of our community, when you practice what we preach. And yeah, the results speak for itself. So if you want to know more, if you want any, you know, questions answered, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.